Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome your first fighter into the ring from Lillehammer, Norway, Uzma, Rana!
Kicking off the first of four meetings of different Nordic countries. We have Norway versus Sweden here as Norway's Uzma Rana makes her way to the ring, and I gotta say, I love that nickname. How about that?
Uzi 9mm. And is there a rivalry between Sweden and Finland?
Norway.
Norway, sorry.
Yeah, well, in general, Sweden tends to call Norway little brother because they're always trying to reach the same heights that Sweden is. And that's something that Uzma Rana is here to change. She's here to say, no, we're not the little brothers, we're the big brothers.
Yeah. I find it fascinating that there's rivalry, but when stuff really goes down, everybody pulls together, don't they?
Absolutely.
And now would you please welcome her opponent from Stockholm, Sweden, Filiz Demirbek!
Okay, and here we have her opponent making a return to Muay Thai for life. We have Stockholm's and Impact Gym's own Filiz Demirbek, who enters the ring here for her second pro bout. The last time she was out here, she ended up coming up short in an amateur contest against Johanna Helmansson, and she was just ready to get back in here. She started off Muay Thai in 2010 in a small, tiny little town in Sweden called Strömstad. She said there was just 5 guys in there sparring, and she got thrown right into it and fell in love from her very first training.
Yeah, I mean, one thing it's worth noting here that both these girls are basically novices. But the intensity they showed yesterday at the weigh-ins, I guarantee this fight is explosive.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape.
Live from Gothenburg on DAZN, Muay Thai for Life presents 3 3-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Your referee in charge of the action, Payman Hajir. Introducing first in the blue corner tonight, making her debut, weighing in at 57.1 kilograms, fighting out of Lillehammer, Norway, Uzma Rana! And her opponent in the red corner with a record of 1 win, weighing in at 57.1 kilograms, fighting out of Stockholm, Sweden, Filiz Demirbek!
Look at the intensities in Filiz's face.
Yeah. While they do the Y Crews check out the tail of the tape, so Rana, 7 years the senior of her Swedish opponent. Filiz Demirbek also slightly taller as well and has 1 more pro bout under her belt. And yeah, Demirbek, she's a very interesting case because like I said in Milwaukeeans, she just kind of walked into a small Muay Thai club in the small town of Strömstad. 5 guys were sparring. She just got thrown into sparring the very first time she went to training, which is usually pretty unorthodox, but she fell in love and Muay Thai became her life. She's also a mother of 2, and she actually does light training with her kids. Like, she'll wear the kids as a backpack and do lunges and things like that.
Fantastic.
Training alongside with them and giving them a positive role model and a positive outlook on training.
And actually, you know, that the old cliche, no excuses.
Yeah.
That's a fine example. There are no excuses. You've got kids, you work around it. You've got a job, work around it. If you want something bad enough, you'll go out and get it. And I'm really looking forward to this fight. I'll be honest with you, Sebastian. I never used to be a fan of female combat sports, but it's progressed. The evolution of females in the ring, in the cage, has come so far in such a short space of time. The quality of action really is great now. And a female fight can be just as exciting, just as explosive as two guys.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And we know that Uzma Rana brings the heat. I mean, she's a Norwegian Muay Thai champion. Start things off with a push kick there to keep her opponent at bay. Both fighters exchanging kicks there.
Demirbek not taking a backward step.
That's the thing. She puts on a lot of pressure. She made her pro debut earlier this year against the Gothenburg star Madeleine Ketno Sengtong. So Filiz came here to her opponent's hometown. She had the whole crowd against her, but she marched forward like Jason Voorhees, cutting down any offense that her opponent had.
Yeah, and if you want to know if somebody's a fan or passionate about combat sports, look at the tattoos on her shins.
Yeah, exactly. That says a lot. And that's the thing. I mean, Filiz, she is such a sort of unassuming, quiet, you know, woman outside of the ring, but you can see her, she's all business inside of it.
And it's great, actually, to switch. You don't have to be crazy 24/7, but having the ability to switch from normal to psycho is a great advantage in this game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like I said, Demirbek, she... Oh,
whoa,
nice
lovely
head kick lands.
And I love Demirbek's stance. Look when they separate. Have a look at her stance. Very strong.
Well, she's incredibly strong-willed. She's gone through some tough times in her life, but still manages to compete at a world-class level, as well as being a mother of two and, you know, just balancing all aspects of life together.
And Rana there, she's 37. Nice punches there.
She's got the kick. Oh. Rana unable to do anything with the kick that she caught there.
Yeah, Rana, 37 years of age. You know, years gone by, that would have been classed as way over the top for a combat sports athlete. But I think training, nutrition, and, you know, knowledge nowadays allows fighters and athletes to compete.
Oh, that was a nice right hand land there for
You
Rana.
heard that one,
Yeah.
yes.
Probably the most sound we heard of any strike so far. And, you know, Rana, she takes this very seriously. She trained at Sinbi Muay Thai in Thailand ahead of her pro debut here tonight.
And this is full Muay Thai rules. Elbows, knees, all 8 weapons included here.
And Demirbek, she will change her training up. She actually does quite a bit of indoor rock climbing, which is very, very good for lower body strength. You might think upper body strength, but if you're pulling yourself up, you're doing it wrong. You're really supposed to be pushing yourself up. But what it really can help you with is sort of arm strength in general, because the way that you grip the rocks. So expect Demirbek to be very strong in the clinch, which I feel she's been so far.
Strong in the clinch, and that rock climbing and cross-training also strengthens the core, which that twisting, that torque in your body, the body mechanics for throwing techniques will make a difference in power.
So Demirbek really leading the charge here in this first round. I mean, she felt like she did not take a single step back, right?
No, not a step back. Her movement was great. Very strong, solid stance. She's, yeah, it's a difficult one to score that first round, because I felt that Uzma Rana was much stronger in the clinch. She landed some very good inside knees. But Demirbek, her punches, her techniques from range were better. I would give the first round to the red corner, Sweden. That's with no bias whatsoever, but it's definitely a close fight early on. Still, 2 more rounds to go. Fitness will play a factor here. 37 years of old, from Norway, Uzma Rana. Has she got the stamina to compete with that younger opponent?
Yeah, we will see that. I mean, Rana, she very closely tied to the Norwegian martial arts scene. She is a staunch supporter of her countryman Anneline Hogstad, who competes at a very high level. Oh, Demirbek really leading with some intensity there.
Yeah, I don't know if her corners had a word and said up the tempo.
As if you needed to say that. I thought she had a pretty high tempo already, but yeah, we'll see here. She has said that she's been working on her guard and general stability in fights. Because, I mean, she's got the intensity, that's for sure, but tightening up one's guard and defense, that's never wrong.
Yeah, it's all about hitting without being hit.
Yeah.
The sweet science, you know, it's not just boxing. If you can make your opponent miss or block a punch and throw a counter, and also your opponent, all your time your opponent is throwing techniques, missing or hitting a block, you know, they're wasting energy.
Absolutely, yeah. You've got to think about that. You must be mindful of the way you use your energy. I mean, after all, we have 3 rounds to go. You burn yourself out early, you might end up getting picked apart in the last stanza.
Yeah, and it's not just about what you're throwing, where you're throwing. It's about being efficient. So everything you throw should be on target and effective. You can be busy, you can be super fit, but if you're just wasting energy, there's no point.
It's a nice right hand landed there for Demirbek.
Yeah, it's a nice right hand, but there wasn't much power in it.
Yeah.
And I think one thing we see with the females, you know, they're never going to have that explosive, boom, knockout power that the guys have. But here, Demirbek, she has got power. She's got knockout power. I'm not sure if Rana has the power in her hands to knock out her opponent.
Break here. Oh.
There's a lovely left hook.
I feel like both fighters have really sort of upped their volume from the first bout. It is still Demirbek pressing forward, though, being the aggressor.
But remember, Sebastian, I mentioned right at the beginning of this fight, these girls are both novices, and they're fighting here like veterans.
Yeah.
Fantastic technique, great fitness.
Well, they both have around 30 amateur fights in Muay Thai, so, I mean, they've been in the ring quite a few times, and it shows.
Lovely inside knees there from Rana. That will have a telling effect as the fight goes on.
Absolutely. Knees to the body. That's money in the bank. That's a good investment for later on. It really does zap the energy of your opponent.
Targeting the same spot with those roundhouse kicks.
Elbows under clinch for Demirbek. Exchange of kicks. Okay, there we have it. I feel like a close second round. What do you say, Grant?
Man, I think both the first and second rounds are very close.
Yeah.
If I was to go out on a limb, I'd give it one apiece.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
A round apiece up to now, so it's all on the third and final round. I'd like to see the corners. They're very calm. I mean, if I'm in there, I'm so passionate and enthusiastic. I'm almost having a heart attack if ever I've cornered somebody. You're really in the fight. But both girls have got to pull out the stops here. You cannot cruise. There's one final round, 3 minutes. It doesn't matter how tired you are. You cannot leave anything in the ring. You can't get to the end of a 3-minute round and think you've given it 99%, because you could have given it 100. That 1% more could have made the difference. So let's see what they've got here.
I expect a high pace here in the third. No touch of gloves as we get right to it. And Rana also works as a journalist and a counselor. She cites her mother as being her biggest role model. I'm sure her mother is very proud of her.
Well, interesting in Scandinavia, Norway, this part of the world, there's a lot of history with sports, unlike my country,
yeah,
where there's a lot of history with hooligans. But I'm very impressed with...
I feel like Rana's kicks are really starting to find their mark here in the third round.
Yeah.
Oh, nice right hand lands as well.
And that left hook of Demirbek is a weapon. She's not committing. Rana's not committing with those elbows. You see when she's coming in, she's trying to deliver it, but she's coming up short.
That's the thing. She might have just gotten a bad feel from a clinch earlier and felt like she's better at range. I mean, in general, I'd say her kicks are really doing some damage here in the third round. finding a lot of success at kicking range.
Well, they look effective, but they don't seem to be having any effect on Demirbek, but you never know, you know.
Well, I feel like Demirbek's, her offense is starting to slow down a little bit. She was throwing a lot more before.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Just as you said that, Sebastian, she's taking a few backward steps.
Yeah.
And that tiredness could be a factor there. That could have been interesting if if that high kick wasn't blocked.
Yeah.
Man, this is going to be a close fight.
Just over a minute left to go here in the final round. Oh, looks like something happened with... Rana might have stepped in a weird angle or something.
Ooh, nice kick.
Exchanging kicks here, RVs.
Great technique here.
Fighters.
You see that kick that Rana threw and then was checked?
Yeah.
The counter was checked.
Another nice right hand laser for Demirbek.
But we're coming up to 30 seconds left of this final round. I'd like to see the tempo up. Who wants it, girls? Come on.
I think we're gonna see an attempt at a throw or a hip toss, perhaps. Okay, no. Referee separates them. Final 20 seconds. Let's see who puts a stamp on this third final round. Ends it with an exclamation mark. That straight right for Demirbek has landed with quite a bit of success throughout the whole fight.
Yeah. And here we go. The round comes to an end.
All right, there we have it. 3 rounds in the book. We go to the judges ringside for a decision, and I'll tell you, Grant, I do not envy the judges in this bout.
I don't envy the judges. I'm certain, one thing I will say, this organization, Muay Thai for Life, there will be no bias for hometown fighters.
Absolutely.
I put money on that one. This organization is so professional that the judges have been selected to give absolutely fair decisions.
And it looks like, stats-wise, Demirbek, the busier fighter in the first round, she landed 54% of the total strikes, whereas in the second round, it was Rana that landed 64. So...
interesting. Those unofficial fight stats coming from Fight Geek, which supported by Fight Scout, the new mobile app connecting managers, fighters, coaches, and gyms worldwide. If you haven't got that Fight Scout app, download it on your phone right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. The first judge scores about 29-29, a draw. Overruled by the 2 remaining judges, who scored about 29-28 and 30-27. In favor of your winner by majority decision, in the red corner, Filiz, Demirbek.
All right, and here for winner, Filiz Demirbek. That was a tough fight. How did you feel there, standing, waiting for a judge's decision?
I felt like I could have done better. So, but every fight is a new experience. And she's tough, oh my God.
Well, it felt like you took the lead in the first round, but then she came back strong in the second. What was your corner telling you heading into the third round?
To keep, start with the boxing and then follow with kicks and just keep pushing instead of going backwards. Okay.
And obviously last time here at Muay Thai for Life, you ended up losing an amateur bout. Now you came back here, got yourself a big win. How does it feel scoring such a victory here at Partille Arena?
It felt... I put in so much work, so it feels really, really good.
Yeah, well, you've earned a prime spot of the after party tonight. That was a fantastic performance, a fantastic fight. We can't wait to have you back. Ladies and gentlemen, it's here for your winner, Filiz Demirbek!